So I'm going to show you some easy tips and techniques, and tricks. Tricks, when I say tricks now, it's like a Penn and Teller, magician. They trick you, but nobody gets hurt. A lot of people think tricking is bad. No, tricking's fine. Just don't hurt anybody, okay? That will help you get more attention, and they're easy. A lot of these techniques are free. I'll tell you as a explanation, way up front, you have had access to these techniques this whole time. You're like Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz, man. You had the power to click your heels this whole time and go back to Kansas, but you haven't. And the big reason why nobody does these tricks is because they take more time than not doing the tricks. A good marketing campaign takes effort. Right, Kathy Kane?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you got to dig in. You got to truly understand what's happening. Let's take something easy like impressions. You know, McDonald's, for example. And I don't know if the number is still true, but I read one time that McDonald's has to advertise an Egg McMuffin to you 7.5 times before you actually buy one. Now, when I say you, I'm talking about the average person, 7.5 times. What can you pull from this little factoid? Well, if you're not any better at marketing than McDonald's, you're going to have to tell your people 7.5 times that your product is available or your service is available. And we fall shy of that. You know, we send out, I hear this all the time, I don't know why nobody's here today. I sent out an email. Or how about this? I don't know why nobody's here today. I sent out the same email twice. Right? And there's so many other ways to look at this. And I wanted to turn you on to this today as we talk about different ways that you can get attention in a noisy world. I mentioned that I came from, I was raised in Trenton, so my mind is discombobulated today for a couple of reasons. I just flew back from Wenatchee, Washington, where I did a leadership conference. Wenatchee, for those of you that don't know, is the Apple capital of the world. There are several Apple capitals of the world. Every country has one. Ours is apparently Wenatchee. By the way, how do we know that Wenatchee is the Apple capital of the world?
They tell you.
They told us. That's exactly right. So when you say it, it makes it so. We live in an area, in a society where if you say it enough, it becomes true. It certainly becomes true in politics when people say stuff enough. It becomes true. True. Quotation marks, right? Now here's the thing, you got to back it up. Don't just say stuff and not follow up with it. You got to back it up or your integrity's gone. So when they say Apple capital of the world, when you drive into Wenatchee, you skirt the Columbia River all the way into town there. It's halfway between Seattle and Spokane, a little bit north of Yakima. And all you see are apple orchards, right? And these big cases that they harvest the apples in. When they're not using those cases, they're like little small buildings. They like Legos they put on the side of the road. I didn't know what they were at first. I've never seen it. But it's the apple capital of the world. I'm quite convinced. Do I have any proof? Not a one. Nothing. But the signs at the airport say it is. Psychology tip number 2. It's called the power of the sign. When you put it in writing, people tend to believe it. No shoes, no shirt, no service. If that's on your front door, you probably don't have to have that conversation with people because they see the sign. If they're literate, they don't come in because they believe the sign. So that's a simple example. And of course, the ultimate sign is your website, emails. We'll talk in a minute about subject lines and how important subject lines are to your emails. You'll spend scads of time on the body of the message, checking the links, how long is it, delivery rate, all that stuff. How much time do you spend on the subject line? Because without the subject line, nobody sees the email, right? So if you want, today we can talk about crafting subject lines that work. There are about 500,000 words in the English language, not counting the derivatives, verb conjugations, gerunds, that sort of thing. And certain words sell better than others. Wouldn't you like to know which ones they are? Mm-hmm. Certain words get people to open your email. I'll show you a 7-word subject line a little bit later, 7 words. You can't use this one all the time, but it gets people to open your emails. I know because I did it. I didn't believe it when they told me it would work, but it works like a charm, man. I can use it about once a year. Are you interested?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to it.